Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We are back with a new Magic the Gathering Arena Standard Best of 1 Mythic Rank deck guide for the latest set, March of the Machines. In today's video, we'll be playing with an incredibly oppressive build. It's Sultai Super Draw, focused around Zimone and Dina, a card I don't think we've seen played with yet. Breaking into the top 600 within today's video, we'll talk about the deck list in depth, the strategies and synergies held within, demonstrate this all within our Mythic Rank gameplay footage against the best decks and players in the world right now, and we'll wrap up with our final thoughts and deck review. The new packs are on the way and should be here in just a few days. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help show your support, and just have an absolute magical day. Enjoy the new deck. Here we are with Sultai Super Draw, the newest build. Of course, today we're playing in standard best of 1. I have included a sideboard for the deck, which we'll discuss at the end of today's video. There's 21 creatures, 50 non-creatures, and 24 land to support the 2.4 average mana value curve. Building around Zimone and Dina for 3 in Sultai colors, a swamp, a forest, and an island. It's going to get you a legendary creature, Human Dryad, 3 power, 4 toughness. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Nice! We can tap Zimone and Dina to sacrifice another creature at instant speed, which is quite powerful, declaring her as a blocker, and then tapping, sacking another chump blocker, which is quite cool. For the greater good, in which case we will draw a card and put a land card from our hand into the battlefield tapped. If we control 8 or more lands, we'll repeat this process once, which is absolutely phenomenal for that late game. A lot of the deck revolves around drawing our second card each turn. Similar synergies exist within the Gixian Puppeteer for 4 mana, 3 generic, 1 swamp, as a 4 power, 3 toughness Phyrexian Warlock. Non-legendary, we can stack this, very nice. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. When Gixian Puppeteer dies, return another target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I wonder who that will be, right? So this is a nice way to get Zimone back from the grave because she, or I guess they, are very high priority removal for your opponent. We will also be utilizing the Fairy Vandal in the deck. Only 2 copies of this, 2 mana, 1 generic, 1 island as a 1 power, 2 toughness Fairy Rogue with flash and flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Fairy Vandal. You know, it's nice to have a threat in the air as well. Whenever we would like to continue to draw, we can tap Rona, Herald of Invasion for 2 mana, a 1 power, 3 toughness legendary creature human wizard. And whenever we cast a legendary spell, untap Rona, Herald of Invasion. Cool beans. Of course, it is a tap to draw and then discard. Furthermore, we can pay 5 generic and a Phyrexian black, or 6 total, to transform Rona into the Tolarian Obliterator, a 5 power, 5 toughness legendary creature, Phyrexian wizard still, with trample, right? So this is quite nice. And whenever a source deals damage to Rona, that source's controller exiles cards from their hand at random. If a land card is exiled this way, you may put it into the battlefield under your control, otherwise cast it without paying its mana cost. This is pretty cool, but you basically have to deal damage to it yourself to know what you're exiling from your own hand to free cast, or get lucky, right? But at the end of the day, you know, it's just a good finisher, right? 5/5 with trample, let's go. I'm free casting, hopefully your best card, while you've been waiting to ramp up to it. Ideally, sometimes it's just a land though, right? However, it's the front side of Rona that we really, really like through the multiple draws. A lot of the deck is legendary. We can also force the draw through Fairy Mastermind for 2 mana, 1 generic, 1 island as a non-legendary 2 power, 1 toughness Fairy Rogue with flash and flying. And whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. This is quite nice, and we can pay 4, so each player draws a card. This will allow us to get a double activation on our opponent's turn, right? You know, they're going to draw their second card because they drew on their upkeep, their draw phase or whatever. Each player draws a card, so you're getting one. They drew their second, which means you get your second. That's going to trigger the team, right? Zimone and Dina, Gixian Puppeteer. And, well, I'm sure you see it. Shield of the Apocalypse here, 4 mana, 2 generic, double swamp, 4 power, 5 toughness, legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor with Death Touch. And whenever you draw a card, gain 2 life. Whenever your opponent draws a card, they're going to lose 2 life. It's really cool because the Mastermind forces them to draw as well, which is really nice. So, you know, Shieldred's dealing damage to them, Zimone's dealing damage to them, the Puppeteer's dealing damage to them. We're attacking to deal more damage to them, which is great. We can bring things back from the grave like I talked about. I think the last draw that we have in the deck is Kaedo Shizuki for 3 mana, 1 generic, a island and a swamp, legendary planeswalker, 3 starting loyalty, a static ability that will allow it to phase out at the beginning of your end step that it was played this turn. +1 ability, draw a card, then discard a card unless you've attacked this turn. Now that's the draw that we really like. -2, creating a 1/1 ninja token that cannot be blocked. And -7, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. You may search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it into the battlefield, and then shuffle. That's pretty good for us as well, obviously, pulling whatever we need. We have a ton of removal and interaction within the build. 2 copies of Shieldred's Edict, 2 mana, 1 generic, 1 swamp, instant speed, choose one of the 3. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature, a creature token, or a planeswalker. 2 copies of Go for the Throat, same mana cost, same type of card, instant speed for 2, destroying target non-artifact creature, very good. 2 copies of Cut Down for 1 at instant speed as well, destroying target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. 4 copies of Rona's Vortex, 1 mana, instant speed, kicking it for an additional 3 if we do have the mana mid-game, to return target creature or planeswalker you don't control to its owner's hand. If it was kicked, put it on the bottom of their library instead, so that's permanent removal basically. Protection through Tyvar's Stand for 1+X instant speed within green. Target creature you control gets +X/+X and gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. It can close out the match, give you lethal, as well as help you dodge removal. 2 copies of Make Disappear for 2, 1 generic, 1 island at instant speed, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. We can activate the casualty by sacrificing a creature with power 1 or more to copy the spell. Finally, 2 copies of the Gurgling Anointer for 3 mana, a 1 power 3 toughness, Phyrexian Horror with flying, and whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the Gurgling Anointer. When it dies, return another target creature with mana value less than or equal to its power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Something that's not super required. We like flying. We like that it gets bigger every turn, and we kind of like that it can bring things back. We do not mind. The Fairy Mastermind is really important to keep bringing back, and it's easy to get this power to 2 and go from there, right? So a really stable deck. We have been killing it. We do have all the lands that you'd expect: the Mire, the Endures, the Soaring City, right? Some basic lands in case we have to search for them, and then the dual lands for really nice consistency, as it is a 3-color deck without any mana fixing. We do have the sideboard that we'll break down at the end of the video, and I believe we reached rank 623 with this build, which is no joke. So I hope you all enjoy what I believe to be this world first Zimone and Dina Sultai Super Draw Mythic-ranked deck build. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help support. You can also become a YouTube member for direct challenges, me against you, every single Sunday live on YouTube. Cheers, enjoy the new deck. All right, we're going first. Good removal. Looking for a blue source, though. Mono red, can't wait. Ooh! Hi. I don't want to pay life for Zimone. which is a phenomenal defender. Phoenix check. Probably throat it. Give it a deep throat here. It's got flying. We don't like that. Is there like a Voldaren Epic here or another Kumano? Okay. It's nice on curve. We can have Shielded survive and then hold up 4 mana the turn after for both removal and counter magic. It's gonna be pretty smooth. Oh, another Phoenix chick. Oh, good. We do have life gain though too, right? We just need draws. And no. I think we just take it. And it gets another spell. You know, if you have a play with fire, by all means, cast it. And it's not hitting my face. I know I want to showcase those cards, but I'd also like to win because we're in Mythic. And in this case, she's a 2-for-1, right? She killed Kumano and she took out a burn spell. That is still good value. That burn spell no longer hits shoulder. And we're, you know, keeping pace with the bird. I will hit. Because we have another shield raid if they, again, try to double down on it. And we're in a race. Shielder has never lost a race. Let's sacrifice a creature here. Holding up the counterspell, Fairy, Mastermind, End Step if there's nothing. One mana? What is that? Discard a card, sacrifice it, draw 2 cards. We have lost life. Really? Interesting. That is one way to lose life. Mastermind in on end step. And that's lethal. Good games to you. Alright, our opponent is going first. Never like this. We have 2 drops. We have a 3-drop. We have no removal. And they're coming in with a toxic deck? Bro. Sneaky blocks. Oh. That's so good. No attack. I want the draw discard going right away. So the Vandal might not come out till later, which removes our sneaky block as an option, but they didn't attack with the Might when they could have just straight up done it. So I don't think they would do it again. So I play Rona instead. Oh, you dog. Goodbye, Zimone. We will miss you. So sad. I mean, I think it's an easy take for them, isn't it? Or they're trying to type it in. I guess I'll use 2 hands. Hit for 3. No blocks. That's not great. Right? I guess we should have waited till their upkeep and then it would have had summoning sickness, so. They just sacked the mic. I did not consider that. That's quite interesting. They must have another. Because they were prioritizing it with such, you know, high regard off the start. They're like, I'm not attacking, not risking it, I'm keeping it back. And now they're like, you know what, have it. Because they've seen my hand, they know there's no removal. That's why. Okay. Okay. We'll do our best still. I mean, it's a new deck I'm working on. Obviously, a little rough around the edges. Hit for 6 to 11, and we're dead next turn. Bounce Adeline. I'll play the Puppeteer. It dies, it can bring Zimone just straight back. And then we're getting around the taxation of it, I guess. I need that 5th land and I need to flip Rona. I honestly think that's our priority here. I mean, we still probably die, but I think that's the play. Get life gain, get Rona flipped. Hopefully they run out of steam and just pull like 6 lands in a row. Classic Magic, you know. So they're going to sack a Plaza to keep Adeline alive. They could also Living Cure it, but the Cure's damage here, so I doubt it. Most likely just a Plaza. I mean, it could be a Cure. I would prefer it to be the Cure. I think a Plaza though, right? Alright. Puppeteer's doing its job here. Getting around the Peacekeeper, which is pretty cool. Just, I wish we could get more out of this. Even if we top deck a Shieldred, probably not enough. This is a desperation play. Alright, very much so. But look at us go. Kind of doing it, not really. That Peacekeeper really slowed us down, and that's its job, you know? It is why it is such a good card. So we could do the sacrifice thing here to gain another 2 life because we've got 2 lands. Oh, we cannot though, actually. We don't have 8 lands is the problem. Close. The Initiate's going in? I don't know, we can't kill the Initiate, so we may as well take the token. Living Cure on the Cathar, I assume. We take 3 down to 2. No Cure. Hell yeah, whatever. A Might. Wow, dude. They've played just perfectly. Ooh. Ooh. 2 life. We get our counter. We untap Rona. Gives us another draw. Three legendaries, 1 mana. This is active. And I think we're big chillin'. Dang, this is a close match. Like, we are barely holding on. Ah! Not supposed to be like this. No attacks. End turn. We gotta flip this Rona soon, too. Ah! Hopefully they whiff. You know, if we had more life, I would be super okay with this, but we're so far into the hole already. This is high-level Magic, though, right? Oh! They have the might to protect it. Oh, no. They have the might to protect Helena. Oh, no. That frickin' Defector might is good, Doogie! Maybe they'll use it for something else for some reason. I don't know. The sequencing will not work. don't think that's correct. They know we have it. They can't use it. Bounce the Peacekeeper. They're gonna choose black. That's fine. We can draw. Probably discarding whatever we draw. I want to keep Go for the Throat. We could get the kill here. There was a second draw. Oh no, it wouldn't. It would go to 4 and just survive. And then we can transform Rona. I think it's more important to keep Rona. Unfortunately, this is only our 6th land. But Zimone's triggering, which is good. Shoulder's triggering, which is good. We've tied the game up. The Might is tapped, but they still have to cure. Do we just transform this and attack? It'll just hit for 5, it'll go down to 5, and then we're left with nothing. Maybe we should have actually attacked all, transformed and then attacked all. Let me kill the cure. We're still in a ton of trouble. Right, it's in exile now. Oh, I did that wrong. We should have kept the Vandal in hand. I mean, we're at 16, they're down to 6. I probably should have attacked with that Rona. Can we survive this turn? 16 life. We might actually... This is the comeback of the century here. Peacekeeper, your dead card. We still have Zimone's ability. We need 8 land, though. It's all of their mana for the turn. They name Rona, which is good, I guess. I wish we had that puppeteer in play, and then we discarded the mastermind. My bad. A little bit of a sequencing problem here. It always is, man. Loving that cat hair. 9, 10 damage here. No blocks. Down to 6. They have reach. Only 2 defenders. We have Rona. Right? It should be enough to win. Oh, that's 4 first strike. And this has... Okay, how do we get through this? I was forgetting about the vigilance. This could be dead card, though. Dang, this is a crazy match. Get them down to 2. Don't have enough for another draw, but they draw on their upkeep for the win, right? Unless there's some form of life gain they have that I don't see. 1, 2, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. We only get them down to 1. They could kill shouldered, we wouldn't get the damage. We could... Oh no, this is sorcery speed. No, it's not. It's not. We're good. I think we could just kill them with Zimone and Rona, right? Tap them both. Holy Lord. This was just like a crazy game. Could be doing this too early. Let's just take it organically. Because if it wasn't, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to mess this up. I think we get it. We could have Zimoned for that as well. Just in case something else was going to happen there. Wow! That was a good game of Magic. Okay, we are here. We are ready to play some Magic. It's the dog you must mute. Maybe it's just a vortex. Right, we'll start nice and slow. Make them respend their mana for the turn. Use a 2-drop instead. So, you know, glad we cast that. Mastermind is a go. Still not great. Ooh, Steel Seraph. Right, okay. force the sack now. It's probably Thalia, but it might be Steel Seraph, and I'm okay with either. If it's the Seraph, we can attack. Right, that's why I do it first main phase. That's funny. This would cost 1 extra, right? It's a good blocker on the ground. They're gonna have to give something flying. Probably the Initiate. Three Steel Seraphs. Alright. Very cool. It's alright, I suppose. It's ridiculous is what it is. Oh, it's a mono white Flyers deck now all of a sudden. I actually do love the Steel Seraph. It was my favorite card of last set. You're such a dog. I gotta keep it in play. No block now. Why would you? It's got indestructible. I guess once they go to combat, we bounce a Seraph to mitigate some of this damage. Or not. They've already gone through, so we may as well wait. It is hard to race the Seraph. Just holding on. Down to 1. Good game. And we'll just let it through. I mean, the vortex isn't going to save us at all. Not too bad. 3 Steel Seraphs? I still can't get over it, you know, I'm just like shocked. Insert Pikachu face. Alright, I like the deck. This is very much a prototype build. Yes, I know we're playing in the top 600, which is wild. But that doesn't mean that there isn't room for improvement. Now, that's why I love you guys as the community, the ghouls and goblins here. You know, there's multiple perspectives on the same deck, and we can really collectively as a group hone the list in to be just like the best deck, I think. All right, so with that being said, main board, let me know your thoughts, your opinions on the deck list in the comments below, so we can all consume that information, parse it, and you know, come back and try to build a better deck next time. For now, let's talk about the sideboard. If you are interested in playing this deck in best of 3, by all means, I think it's a good build to do so. You know, sideboarding as we always do. If there is more creatures, we put in more removal, right? Specifically, creatures that the removal can hit. You know, good example is if they had artifact creatures, we take out Go for the Throat, right? Because we don't want any dead removal in there. If they didn't have creatures that cut down hit, we'd cut that as well. But if they did have a lot of them, those aggro decks, we want to put some more in. Gix is additional draw. Quite nice. We do not mind this. Glissa is really good, you know, if they're running enchantments. We get to keep up the damage. It is also potential draw for us. So, you know, doubling down, really holding what we need it to be. It's a legendary creature for Rona. You know, we can remove counters from things. We can destroy enchantments, and then the drawing a card is great. Furthermore, it's got First Strike and Death Touch, so it's acting as just like great blocker. While Shieldred, Zimone and Dina, you know, the Gixian Puppeteer all do their job anyways. Teferi, if you find yourself in a control match, you know, you get hit with a Farewell. Now you can keep some of your value in play. You know, really nice draw. The whole deck works around it perfectly. Gix's Command, you know, good to bring some creatures back from the grave, mostly here against aggro decks if you need the field wipe. Like I said, that additional cut down. Change the equation if you find yourself against a Gruul deck. Right, you can counter their spells early and late very easily. Negate if you find yourself against a control deck, you want a hard counter spell that they can't get around late game. Additional removal like we talked about at Raxa's Fall, which is very good as well. You know, enchantment, battle, artifact, creature with flying. You know, was that something that you faced? You may want to put in some at Raxa's Falls. And then finally, again, if you find yourself in a control match that goes a little bit longer than you'd like it to, why not grab a Vraska? You know, it draws. This is great, quite nice. It can remove things. It's pretty cool too. It survives Farewell. And it has its own win con on it if you can, you know, -9 and then proliferate again afterwards, which is pretty cool, right? So, you know, that's our sideboard. Again, you know, if you'd like to share your thoughts and considerations here, comments below. Make sure you distinguish between the two when you're talking about the main board and the sideboard, so we all know, right? With this being said, you know, the pack openings are coming back to the videos again soon. I have ordered the box. It should be here in a couple days. Honestly, I thought I ordered it already, and I was like, where is it? Where is it? I went looking through my emails. There was no order. There was a box of them in my cart. I did not order them. So we placed the order. The March of Machines on the way, and the Aftermath, the next expansion, is coming out soon. We have a bunch of spoilers to get through, so, you know, stay tuned for that coming out soon on the channel here. And you know, just thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day. Like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, all that, and we will see you soon in the next.